away by the guy. Yeah, I gotta accept.
Marty, sorry, I didn't push the recording button, but it's okay.
That's okay. So I found out this is the first time I got into a business, and it got better and better and better as time went on. Most businesses, you get in and you have a lot of hope. You want to do well. You want your family to do well, your friends. And within 1 month, 2 months, either the business is gone or 90% of the people can't do it because they don't have skills. They don't know how. Not that they can't learn, but most people have lives, single parents that work 2 jobs. Don't have time to learn all this marketing and crazy stuff. But when Mr. Mufareh told me, he said, and Mr. Mufareh was a master distributor, which means he was a marketer, but he was very, very, very good at it. And he decided to build a company where it was everything he got rid of everything he didn't like and added everything he did like. And then he scaled it so that all of you and me and people around the world can change their lives. I asked him one day, what do you do when you have time? He said, well, I don't really have a lot of time. But he said to me then, he goes, yesterday we went to the store, filled up the car with food and water, and they gave it to the poor. That's what he does on his days off or when he has time off. And I said, wow. Then he realized how much can he do as one person? Not very much. So he said, what would happen if I took hundreds of thousands of people and they had enough resources and they had a good heart? What would they do? And what will happen is the world's going to be changed by all of you, by everybody in ONPASSIVE, because Ash made an opportunity where I believe you'll never worry about money again. I believe the day will come where you'll have tears in your eyes because of what you have, and you'll be able to bless others. And I found out something really important in ONPASSIVE a long time ago. I would ask people, I would tell them about ONPASSIVE, and some would say yes, some would say no. I never understood why they said no, but I realized sometimes perfect vision is not in your eyes, it's in your heart. And I believe ONPASSIVE drew people in from the heart, not from the eyes only. That's why your family tells you, oh, you're crazy, you're a dreamer, you know, your family could be one of the worst critics. That's why I don't talk to my family about this business. But they know now. But the thing about Ash and what he's done, he didn't build one company. He built many companies on one platform. Like you have Zoom. You guys heard of Zoom? Zoom's a multi-billion-dollar company. We have a product that's better than any of them in the world. Not even close. We're not even close. We're the stratosphere, and all the other ones are way down here. And what's great about that? It's cheaper. It's user-friendly. And if you share it, you can make money from it. Crazy, 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 crazy. And Ash wants to give away as much as he can. He gave me a scenario the other day on a video, and I watched it again. And he said he was talking to a group of people, and they just got done eating dinner. And he said, you all just finished dinner. Yes. How would you like to talk about food? I said, oh my gosh, no, we're full. I don't want to talk about food. He said, that's how I feel about money. I don't want to talk about it. I've had plenty. I don't need more. Because he could be the richest man in the world with ONPASSIVE, my opinion. But he said, no, I'd rather have a million Mother Teresas, a million people with the finances and the money to do what they want to do. And that was the nicest thing I ever heard. I just couldn't believe a guy would think that way. And then you think, is this guy real? I mean, when I said, this guy's too good to be true. But I've known him 5 years now. He is as good as he sounds. I believe everybody, as that last meeting we had, the money's been released, the money that the merchants held. It was probably minimum $50 million. We know that there's 37 million in bonuses and commissions that are due to be paid. And that's going to be pretty surprising. It's going to be a big deal. And another thing that's beautiful about ONPASSIVE doesn't care what your religion is. It doesn't care what your color is. It doesn't care if you're fat, skinny, tall, freckles, no freckles, whatever. It doesn't even care if you have a disability. Doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're born in Africa or if you're born in the United States, because the same amount of commissions go to all of us equally. So I get $500, let's say, the family in Africa gets $500. Think of the impact that could be. And to know that the month after that will be minimum $500. More than likely, it will be even more. My opinion, it will double for months and months and months. And then that way you can live the life and bless other people. As said, when the money comes in, take care of you first. Pull up your closet, pull up your gas tank. Some of you will want to move. Some of you will want a different zip code, whatever. Take care of you. And then together we can focus on others. And that's the beauty of ONPASSIVE. We have many products coming up that maybe 20 or 30 of them are companies within a company. So we're talking multiple unicorn companies, multiple billion-dollar companies, not one, but many. And here's something I wanted to tell everybody. If you look at example, look at this. This is a founder now. That's total founders. And a couple of months ago, a year ago, this was equal. We were the 100% of the company. Only founders were in. But now we're this. This is founders. This is customers. The day will come where this is founders and a basketball is customers, and then a beach ball, and then a universe. This doesn't change. And everybody that comes into ONPASSIVE, whether it's through ONPASSIVE.com, whether it's your efforts, advertising, whatever you want to call it, there is no position in ONPASSIVE.com. Everybody has to come in through a founder. So your business is going to grow and grow and grow. All Ask ever asked was, have faith, relax, let us do the hard work. And that's what he's doing. I mean, he's had the government after him. He's had founders sue him. He's had founders rip him off. He's had founders take money from him. He's had founders go on YouTube and say really nasty things. But you know what he says? They know not what they do. And he said, I'm focused on the good people. I don't want to focus on the bad. And thank God, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do what he's doing. I just couldn't imagine getting beat up every day. And he's always smiling. I said, man, I'm really sorry that you have to go through all this. He said, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be good. He said, if you just walked down the street and tripped over a diamond or tripped over a bar of gold, it wouldn't be worth anything. Gold and diamonds are made from pressure and years of pressure. ONPASSIVE is a diamond. ONPASSIVE is gold. And there's a lot of pressure. A lot of things happen, but we're going to reap the rewards from it. And if you ever ask yourself, oh, I'm lucky, no, you're not lucky. You're here because you're supposed to be here. And the people that aren't here, They weren't supposed to be here. Whether it's family or friends, it's okay. I realized that a long time ago. It's been that way forever. I don't try to convince somebody. I know there's millions of people that spoke better than I did, and they were not listened to. Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Bobby Kennedy. You could go on and on and on. There was many people that didn't like him. In fact, they didn't like him so much they killed him. So don't try to convince people. You say it, and the ones that hear will hear. And that's what happened. That's why I'm so tight and it's a movement. It's an ideology. When the government came out and said they're going to put in a lawsuit against Mr. Mufareh and the company, you know what they thought? They thought when they put the letter out, the company would fold. It didn't move. It didn't budge. Nothing happened. People read it. Some were upset. Some didn't like it. But what happened to the company? Nothing. We're still growing. We're still growing 100,000 miles an hour. So we're really, really in a good place. I think, I don't know what I did to deserve ONPASSIVE, but we must have all did something pretty good because we're all in. I'm getting a beeping noise and I don't know why. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
There you go. Somebody evil trying to take me away. But yeah, it's powerful. I never met any of you. I would have never met any of you if it wasn't for ONPASSIVE. And remember something. Don't chase anybody. You don't want to be Marty DeGarmo. You don't want to be Chris Johnson. My God, one Chris Johnson's enough. But no, you don't want to be me. Be you. You have a gift that I don't have. I keep telling people, go. I didn't like LC. I don't like people with the big labels and King and this guy and that. That's a bunch of crap. If you want to be a leader, lift other people up above yourself. Somebody told me, what do you do? I said, listen, if you shine the light on enough other people, shine the light on others, the reflection is plenty bright enough. It's people that focus on themselves. I don't get it. For one thing, it's against ONPASSIVE. Ash doesn't focus on himself. He told me I don't need any more money. Money doesn't drive me. It's what it's going to do to the people. And listen, I want you to think about what he said. He didn't tell his family, hey, dream bigger. You're going to be able to live the dream of a lifetime. He told 1 million people that. So don't you think maybe he has something big planned? I mean, something big is that we can't see. ONPASSIVE's like, it's like a iceberg. You see the top of it looks real big, but under the water is 100 times bigger. What we don't see about ONPASSIVE is what's really, really big. And he loves the idea. I found out you guys are from, you're in Brussels, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was there about 20 years ago. I loved it. In fact, I ate at a McDonald's in Brussels. I thought that was such a big deal. Yeah, I was there for work, a regular job. But no, I love Brussels, actually. But, you know, I can answer any questions you might have. I don't know if you, one thing I want to tell you, a lot of people have come and go in ONPASSIVE, but one of the biggest, best, truthful people I've ever met, and I met him 3 years ago, was Collins Manna, the guy with you right now. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And Ash feels the same way. No doubt about it. And ever since I've been in, I would go around looking for diamonds in the rough. I love to see people, because I think it's a people business. We're going to have the best technology. That's a given. But we got to find the best people. And I love seeing people that come out. I've seen people come in, they wouldn't even put their name in a webinar. That's how shy they are. Now they're dancing on the screen. I couldn't believe it. But ONPASSIVE doesn't make you. It makes you feel comfortable being you. And be you. Whatever you can do, be you. You have something to offer. This wasn't a mistake. There's no such thing as mistakes. You're here because you need to be here. But I also think we're a tool for something bigger. And this will be a platform where you can have an impact like you can't even imagine. Really, I believe that. When Collins asked me to come here, I couldn't wait because I love hearing new people, seeing new people, and all of you. Like when we have company webinars and all that, get your name in there, get it to Collins. I want people to see you. Come around, go to webinars. Don't hide. Don't hide. You don't need to hide. Come out because everybody wants to see everybody. Because the strength of the company is you. But do it. Do whatever you got to do. Don't get nervous about what you don't know. Just keep something in mind. Ash Mufareh is the guy building this company. And there's no one like him. There's no one like him. He cares as much about you. In some cases, he cares more about people than they do themselves. So, but we're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to be able to travel. You're going to be able to do things. Just take it step by step. Don't push it. Listen, somebody said, well, don't you? I said to Ash Mufareh, no kidding. I was venting to him like an idiot. But I was venting to him. And I said, it's kind of frustrating that you're taking all this crap while you're trying to do for others. I said, don't you wish it was easier? And he said, no. It's as hard as it needs to be. Because he even told me, because there's been days that a door opens for ONPASSIVE, something great. It's going to be great for the member, the founders. Oh my gosh, this is great. And then it would slam in his face 2 months later. But he said the next door that opened was even bigger than the one that slammed in his face. Because, we pray for stuff. We don't like the way it comes to us. Well, we didn't pray for that. We prayed for results. Sometimes the journey is a result. Listen, the promised land wasn't 40 years away. They probably could have got there in no time. But God had to walk these people around in a circle because they didn't deserve to go. Right? So it takes time. A lot of people came and gone. I heard people asked to be not come on for a week, and they're already building a calf. You know what I mean? I mean, they're all ready to give up the farm. Where's he at? Oh, he took off. I'm like, man, are you really? So you don't believe anything you're saying. But a lot of those people left. And it was meant to be. So you're here because you deserve it. And whatever you've been praying for or hoping for, it's about to happen. I believe that.
Yeah.
Colin, say something.
Yeah, buddy, I can hear you. That was really great. But buddy, do you want us to ask you questions? Maybe they'll want to ask some few questions.
Yeah. Ask questions. Yeah. And if I don't know, my camera will go off. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask. Marty is here now for you guys.
Okay. Marty, this is Joanne talking. I wish to know something about the tax declaration. If we have some apples falling from ONPASSIVE, how do we do about that? Thank you.
Did you say about taxes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's what you're going to find out. You're going to go in your back office and you'll start getting commissions and bonuses. Probably if you don't have a team, a pre-built team, you'll probably get bonuses first. And then remember, there's customers already there. They're going to allot them to everybody. When money comes in, it'll say, there'll probably be a code, bonus, X amount of dollars. And it'll go in your wallet. Now, when you withdraw from there, depending on what country you live in, I can't tell you what the taxes will be for you. But for me, every time they give you a commission, they're going to give you a PDF that states what it was for and how much you were paid. So you want to keep track. and you want to pay your taxes. Trust me. But as you're making money, treat this like a business. Hire people that you know. There'll even be people in ONPASSIVE that are probably from where you live that can give you help on how to manage your money. Because here, I want to pay my taxes, but if I could give money to somebody or give it to a cause, I would rather give it away than give it to my government. But I don't have the brains to do that. I'm not an accountant. So I'm going to hire somebody to take care of my business and make sure I don't, because this is something for me personally. I don't want to worry about money. I don't like worrying about it because I have none. And I don't want to worry about it if I have a lot. Because I think when you hear the root of all evil, it's when it becomes more than it should, right? I don't think we need to worry about. So hire somebody, find out, I know some people, they'll get a lot of money and they spend it all. They think it's all theirs. Well, you have a government, you have to pay your taxes. But what you want to do is make sure, oh no, it's Oliver.
Oliver.
I told you to lock the door. What the heck? I'm just anyway, so do the right thing. When money's coming in, get somebody, an accountant or whatever you can. You guys can do it as a group once you find somebody. I'm doing it now. I mean, I'm looking into it now because if you're not careful, you see that money for the first time in your life and you're like, whoa. And you're spending stuff you don't have. So you just want to be careful. But I would never give advice because I can't. I don't know what laws you guys have or anything like that. But look into that, and you'll find out that the more the more wealth you make, you can upgrade, and people will show you how to protect it, how to invest it, because there's nothing wrong with having your money work for money. That's why rich people don't pay as much taxes, because they know how to manipulate it to where they don't have to. I'm not saying cheat, but I am saying, I look at it this way: the more money I can make, the more I can give away.
Yeah.
And I would rather give it to a cause, like I said, than give it to Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
So, and you guys do the same thing. You're all sharp-looking people there. You just find out how to do it. Make sure you pay what you owe, and don't spend a lot of money until you find out what's going on. Then you put yourself on a budget. There's a thing in the U.S. where you start an LLC, which is your own business. You have your own bank account separate. You make a name of the business, and then a percentage comes out for your taxes. So you never touch it. And as you increase in money, your tax will probably increase too, but that's okay. Just take care of yourself. Don't go out and start blowing a bunch of money, because you could pay for it later. But you're going to make enough money, you don't have to worry about it. Eventually.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
the response. That was so.
So any other question? Yeah, go ahead, ask him.
My question was, I have a question.
Yeah, you can ask, just continue. You can ask your question, no problem. Do you have any question again to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. As Marty is here to answer. You want to connect you on the TV, big TV.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and ask.
Any question, don't worry about it.
Doris Nick,
Yeah.
and my question is concerning, because you talked about products that will be sold on ONPASSIVE, and my question is, do ambassadors of ONPASSIVE, if they have their own products, can they be promoted on ONPASSIVE?
Absolutely. Listen, if you have it, a lot of people in ONPASSIVE right now have been part of a MLM or or a product, I can hear some, a product business before passive. And maybe you have a product that you love. Okay.
Okay.
You have a product that I see everybody's feet.
Yeah.
Nice looking feet, by the way, but okay, that's it.
Let me see. Okay, what I'll do is I'll bring this here. Oh, sorry. The table is too short. I was just trying to collect something.
That's okay.
Okay, actually, I'll just leave it here. Yeah,
Turn it
it's difficult to capture everyone, but
that's okay. I can turn
it like this.
That's pretty good right there.
All right. You can say, yeah, I can't capture everyone.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah. Is it okay?
You see what asked that question.
Oh. Yeah.
Focus on her.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, Marty, go ahead.
I said my name is Doris. Was my question clear, or I should repeat it?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
My question was, you were showing us products from other companies, and I was just asking if ambassadors of ONPASSIVE have their own products. Can they be promoted on ONPASSIVE platform?
Absolutely. In fact, if you had as long as it's 100% legit, I mean, it's legal, and you love the product. Listen, I believe that you could take a product, you put it in the marketplace under whatever. There'll be many categories, and people will walk by your virtual store and say, what's this? And they look at it and they buy it. Now, another thing you can do when things get moving, and we're getting a product called OCreate. Now, OCreate, what you do is you take a little bit of you and drag and drop and put it in this creating website, maybe a small short video about your product, and then at the bottom of it, they have a way to pay. And you tell the company, hey, I want $1,000. I want $1,000 worth of marketing to this website. Now, the beauty is you don't take the money out of your wallet. You use your profits. Use the profits that you made from ONPASSIVE, and now start driving stuff to your other passion, whatever products they are, and you could do very, very well. And let me tell you this. If you take OTracker and you hook OTracker to your website and you say, hey, I want you to put $1,000 worth of traffic through my website, you could use OTracker and it will tell you what parts of the world worked very, very well. Then you can isolate it and increase it. And I believe that big companies will come to ONPASSIVE, and ONPASSIVE will save them. It will build them bigger than they've ever been. It's not only a people, it's a company business. Many companies that come here, and it will save them. But MLMs will come here. If I was in MLM 20 years ago, and there was a company like ONPASSIVE, I would be a multimillionaire. Because I would take that product, I would invite people into into ONPASSIVE. Instead of selling them a stupid kit that they can't use, I would say, look, I would invest in them. I said, look, I'm going to get you OConnect. I'm going to get you OTrim, OMail, that free. And then I'm going to get you OCreate. And I want you to use this to build that business. And then they run traffic, do the same thing you're doing. Now what happened? Now you're making money from the product that you love, and you're making money from the tools of ONPASSIVE. You just quadrupled your income. And if you set it up on automation, you do that while you're going shopping. All that can be done. Anything that's going through your heads right now is possible in ONPASSIVE. No joke. I don't care what it is. I've already thought of all that. I've talked to everybody. No, they bring up stuff. I said, what would you do? I say, I do this, 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 and this. No time at all. Because I want you to picture this. ONPASSIVE is a mall, a big mall. It's virtual, but it's a big mall. We right now have 3 million people walking down this Rodeo Drive called ONPASSIVE. One day there'll be 500 million people walking down that drive. And let me tell you something. If you're one of the very first to put your business inside the business of ONPASSIVE, could you imagine going from 100 people strolling by every day to 500,000 or 500 million? You could have a side gig making $1 million a month. It's possible. No, listen, it's possible. No, I would definitely take a product that I loved, as long as it's good and it works. I've had other people tell me, hey, I got a product you think, and I told them real quick. Here's another one. Look at this. You go, you know what really works well when you do a, what do you call it? A testimonial. I'm not talking testimonial. I made 500, not money. You don't have to say money. You make a testimonial about your product and you have before and after, or you have other 3 or 4 people come on and say what that product has done for them. Right? You make one video, you put it on a page that you made, takes 3 seconds, 5 minutes. I don't want to lie. 5 minutes with a call to action where they can pay for it. Tell the company to drive traffic, you're done. It's that simple.
I have a second question. Can I ask?
Yeah, you can ask anything.
My question is about the legacy, ONPASSIVE legacy. If a member of legacy dies, can her legacy status be transferred to her generation?
You mean can your business be transferred to a family?
If I am in ONPASSIVE, if today I die, can any of my children take over me?
Absolutely. It is, you can will it to your family, to whoever, just like a will, just like any other business. You own the business, you will it to a family member or whatever. But I do want to tell you something, and I want you to listen very carefully. You're not going to die today, okay? Not now. All right? You want to do that crazy stuff, you do it after. Yeah, you do that crazy stuff some other time, not now. Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
So another question. Yeah,
come on,
yes, go ahead, please.
Hit me with your best shot.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Stella. My question is about payment. From in the beginning, they told us that we'll come out of pocket twice. That is registration and then activation of a product. But we have had like 3 or 4 prolongations of payments. After this last prolongation expires, what's going to happen? Are we still going to come out of pocket again, or what's going to happen?
No, listen, here's the plan. I believe majority of the people that paid already for the product, OConnect, will never pay out of their pocket again. Now listen, here's why. Think about this for a minute. Ash stopped everything. He stopped all payments, even payments going to the company. Nobody in their right mind would do that. He's crazy. But he said, if the founders can't get money, we're not taking in money either. What did he do instead? He gave us OConnect for the 8 months for free. Here's the reason why. Think about this for a minute. He can't expect you to pay out of your profits if he doesn't pay you profits. Okay, the bonuses and the commissions is your profit. When you get that money, you're going to use part of that money to buy OConnect next month.
Yeah.
That ball keeps rolling. It didn't come out of your pocket. It came out of your profits. Do I think every person, every founder? Maybe not. Do I think the goal is that every founder doesn't pay again? Absolutely. In fact, let's say there's a handful of founders because of where they wound up in this big conglomerate don't have quite enough to pay for the commission of OConnect the second time. If they don't, it goes on pause. But as they're paused, remember the big monster's still rolling. So some people might be on pause for about an hour and a half. Because when they look in their wallet, the money's going to be there, then they pay for it. Everything's going to be moving big and fast. Big and fast. So you take your profits, you pay for OConnect, you make more profit, you pay for OConnect and OTracker, you make even more profit. I would own everything on Passive House. No, I'm serious. I hope the day comes that I'm paying $30,000 a month for products. Let me tell you why. How much do you think I'm making?
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm telling you, I've been through all this different ways of looking at it. And everything I'm telling you is bigger than what I'm saying. Because I keep having Mr. Mufareh tell me, DeGarmo, you only know 5%. I go, okay, I got it, whatever.
Yes. So another question.
Yes, I have one question.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Marty, good evening, and Brother Oliver, good evening. Yeah, I am Walters. So I want to ask a question, but before the question, I want to make a comment. Extend our greetings to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, for he has made us to begin to dream big. Before we dream low, before we think very low, but with ONPASSIVE, I think we are beginning to see very far. So we thank him for this wonderful gesture. One thing, the question I want to ask is that I think last year I and one of my sisters here, we attended a launching procedure at Manchester City. So we were there. Is it OConnect? Yeah, OConnect. We were present there during the launching, and up to now, the OConnect is still in the procedure of building from. I think was just a procedure. I don't know if it was actually a launching, because every now and then I keep hearing they say they are building, they are doing this, and we are using the OConnect. That's one of the questions. The next one is, I don't know if from here they're going to launch them separately or they're going to launch a company as a whole.
Okay, here's what happened. As you know, OConnect came out during the Manchester thing. I remember. Red was running it in England. Yeah, very big turnout. Now, here's what happened. Because Ash Mufareh wants the best of the best, the OConnect that you saw then or you heard about is dead. It's dead and gone. If you look last September when we launched OConnect, the OConnect we have today is 1,000 times better than that one. This OConnect now, right now, is they're going to launch with this, and they're going to improve it as time goes on. So the OConnect you see now is the one that they're going to put out on the market. But because of the setup it's only going to improve live. It'll improve. Let me give you an example. The company is SaaS, SaaS, okay? What that means is every time you log in, anybody logs in, customers, I don't care who it is, any update will automatically be there. So one day you'll log in and there'll be voice to text. Another day you log in and there'll be interpretation between English and German or English and French. That's just going to happen over and over. You know, when you buy your new car, if you ever had a new car and you got that new car smell and you say, oh, this is so cool. About a week later, that smell's gone. Now all you have is a car with a payment, right? But with ONPASSIVE, it's always new. So when people come here, let me give an example. A Zoom person comes here and they're looking at, and they test it out and they look at the panel and they go, wait a minute, how much is this? They find out it's 70% less in money to cost. It has 1,000 more features. The technology is beyond anybody, and you can make money for using it. How many people is that person going to tell? He's going to tell everybody he knows. The next time he's invited to Zoom, he's going to say, I'm not going to Zoom. They ripped me off. You know, Ash MUFAREH spent $100,000 a year for Zoom. 100,000. And imagine getting the same Zoom, 20,000 for $10,000. How many companies and people are going to come? They're going to come by the millions. But your point is the O-Connect we have now is going to go for sale very soon. What you see now, it's going to improve, which I don't know how it could improve. In fact, the company is working on another version of a video conferencing platform that he said will blow this one out of the water. But that's okay. We're going to be running and we're going to be making commissions and everything off of the one you see right now. It's like we're not waiting anymore. This is good enough. And another thing, so you know, while we're working on this O-Connect and the merchants holding our money, they didn't stop building the other products, right? I mean, they're being built daily, and there's a lot of them very close. You heard O-Verify is very close. We know that O-Tracker is done. I mean, there's so many of them that are right in the pipeline. They're just waiting for this bottleneck where the merchant being able to pay people. That bothers Ash more than anything, that he couldn't pay people. So once that frees up, fasten your seatbelt because you're going on a ride of a lifetime for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, any question? Yeah.
I have another question about the payment panel. I heard something some time ago that we are going to have our own payment panel. Processor, sorry. Yeah. Will not be using the merchants. How far is that true? And how far has the company gone with that option? Because I believe we are not yet commercializing O-Connect because of the payment processor, the problems that we are having with the merchants. So I wish to know how far the company has gone concerning that particular point of.
I believe they're very close to getting the money and paying people and selling O-Connect to the world again. Very close. Days, maybe a couple of weeks. That's it. People that have money coming are going to get it. Now, as far as the merchant goes, what the company is going to have eventually is like a terrarium. It's going to be sealed. We'll be our own bank. We'll be our own everything. We won't have to rely on anybody on the outside. Now, he said last on 360, he said, we have a couple new things we've been working on with the merchants. And he said, pretty soon, we'll own it. So, yes, they're working on it daily. Trust me. It's just not something easy to do. But thank God we're in Dubai because they have finances, they have financial world. And if anybody can help us get what we need, will be them. And they have a vested interest to help ONPASSIVE get whatever we can. But they're working on stuff like that as we speak. Because in order to get full control, you have to be your own bank. But yeah, we're really close. Whatever they have, remember, we can't afford to fumble again. We can't afford to have a pause. The company probably lost $400 or $500 million since September because of that merchant problem. Think about it. We would have had more products out. We would have made more money. We had more sales. We would have been flying high right now. But guess what? Even though that happened, the O-Connect we have now blows that one away in September. So in the long run, I'm glad we have what we have. because it will make an impact. Not maybe, it will. People are going to come. If I had O Connect alone, for me personally, I'd be a multimillionaire. I mean, no doubt about it. It's that powerful. And all of you are going to get a piece of that pie. And that pie is going to grow every day. Listen to any successful person. What do they say? You need more than one stream of income. ONPASSIVE is Niagara Falls of streams. It's got many streams. It'll have 50 streams, 100 streams, from physical to digital. We're going to have everything. It covers women. It covers children. It covers education. Education alone online is like $1 trillion industry. And I want you to think about something. Just imagine we're $1 trillion company and they pay out $500 billion in commissions. I don't know about you, but I don't care how you slice it. That's a big chunk of pie. No, I mean, that's the potential. I'm not hyping anything. I won't do that. I don't tell you what you're going to make, but I believe, but let's put it this way. Amazon created 40,000 millionaires. Did you know that? Amazon company created 40,000 millionaires. We'll make 10 times that.
And we will make 10 times that.
Now, I believe we'll have 500,000 millionaires in a year or a year and a half, 2 years. The company's going to produce a lot of wealthy people.
Yes.
Sounds like I'm hyping it, and I'm not. No, that's what I believe. Yes.
Any question? Anyone? No question.
Yeah, yes.
Marty, they are happy.
They're happy.
Yeah, everyone.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Oh, waiting for something else.
So, Oliver, do you want to say something before? To the Belgium before, and then we'll come back to Marty.
No, Marty said it all. You know, I just want to thank them that they are there and that they are good affiliate founders, and where you are, sky is the limit. And you know, ONPASSIVE is not there. There's no risk in ONPASSIVE. You are the risk. Why do I say you are the risk? You are the risk because if you don't understand your business, you will not make. Though you will make the money, but you will not make the millions that Marty is talking about. So take your time, understand your business. That is the most important thing. You know, ONPASSIVE will do everything for you, but you have to put that effort to understand your business so that you'll be able to buy your products from the marketplace to your online shop. You know, the marketing is done for you, logistics done for you. All what Mr. Ash Mufareh needs from us is to know and to understand how to make the money, because all the tools are there for you to make your money. So tomorrow, if you complain that Mr. X is making $200, you are making, Mr. X is making $1,000, you are making $200. How and why? You are to be blamed, not Mr. Ash. You are to be blamed because you didn't want to know. So this is a big opportunity for you guys that Marty came, you know, to pull Marty is not that easy for him to come and talk to you guys. You know, it's a plus. And what Marty is saying, you can any founder can make $1 million or $2 million or $3 million. It depends on you. The problem is you. And you, I always emphasize this to my brothers and sisters, that why do I always emphasize that? It's on you, because you have to take time to understand your business. Attend webinars. There are a bunch of webinars going around, but look the one that you know that you will learn something. When you go there, you know you will learn something, and you ask your question, your questions will be answered.
360.
You know, so for Marty to be here, he has poured all the water that he can pour out there to you guys. Please, and it's a privilege, also an advantage for you to know Collins. That Collins is there, present with you guys live. Live. So,
We feel him. We touch him.
yeah. And
We see him on the screen, but we can touch him and feel his touching.
I know. So, ONPASSIVE, your generation, you and your generation, financial freedom and time freedom for life.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thanks, Oliver. Thank you. So I think Bob cannot make it, so that's fine.
No, Bob is not in the meeting. Bob has a 2 to 3 meeting here. He's not gonna make it.
All right. So, Marty, any last word for the Belgians?
Just keep in mind, it's something I learned a long time ago, and I heard it. You're always 100% correct. Always. If you believe you can, you will. And if you believe you can't, you won't. You're always right. Everybody's always right. And I got one big question. How do you have that many nice looking people in one room like that? We got some ugly people over here in New Jersey, let me tell you.
What is it? Old people in New Jersey. Everyone is good looking, Marty. The house is full. Just maybe I'll go around for you to see some of them. You know, so we have more people. There are just a lot.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, you got people in the closet. What the hell? Holy cow.
Oh,
yeah, hey, listen, if they can,
more people,
Collins, if they can, they should come on your webinars on Sunday.
You mean yes, they are always there, buddy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, I want to see.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And then you let me know, and we have some of them on a webinar with Ash. How's that? That would be fun.
Yeah, yes, that's true. Yeah, they are not here, but they will bring some. The day we have webinar with Ash, I'll give you their names and you can pull them. Oh, so we want to build it in Belgium.
No doubt.
They want to build it. Yeah.
And there'll be little tricks that we can do to enhance it. I'm not talking about market. I don't want you to market. You wouldn't be here if you wanted to market. Market's not fun. But there's a way to share it where you're doing it without work, and you can leverage your time, and that would be fun. And anything that I learn, as I promised the OTech guys, I would share with them, because this is the first company where there's no competition. I want you to do well. I want as many people to do well as you can. So, and I think we're about to see that very, very soon. So, yeah, remember, when we're young, we have all these hopes and dreams. And when you look out, the field is so wide and big and everything's endless. And then as you get older, that fence gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And the next thing you know, you're 30, 40, 50 years old. You got a fence about that big. You can barely move. That fence has been knocked down. Ash knocked the fence down. As soon as we realize that our opportunity is endless or beyond what we could imagine, that's where the fun begins. As soon as you see that there's no limit, go for it. And I see some of these people here are like, well, you're all younger than me, but a lot of young people, oh my God, could you imagine that? You're going to start work and retire on the same darn day. What the heck? Can't beat that. I'll come back anytime. I'm glad I was here. Thank you very much.
Marty, thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Marty.
Thank you so much for coming.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, Oliver.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we'll be shutting the light down now, and that was great. So thank you, Marty.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Okay.